One of the passages cited by the critics of the Holy Bible is the long day that is said to have taken place during Joshua's time. This can be seen in Joshua chapter 10, verse 12 to verse 14. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, "Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and you, moon, over the valley of Ajalon." So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself on its enemies, as it is written in the book of Jasher. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to a human being. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. From the above passage, one may ask whether the sun was standing in the middle of the sky. Does the sun revolve the earth? No, the earth is revolving around the sun. And also, whether the moon will be seen when the sun is standing in the middle of the sky. And thus, they consider the Holy Bible as a book of unscientific myths or grandmother's stories. For some people say, after the death of Moses, his servant Joshua was capable of leading a large crowd. It is also said that someone later wrote down a story to show that Jehovah was with Joshua. But the prophet Habakkuk confirmed this incident 825 years later in 626 BC. Habakkuk 3:11 says, "The sun and the moon stood still in their habitation." It is said that there was once such a long day in the histories or traditional stories of many countries in the world. For example, the Chinese journals historically states that in Chinese records there was once a long day which was 2 times long, and it occurred during the reign of Emperor Yu. Similarly, this event has been featured in the tradition of Incas who lived in Peru, South America, in the tradition of a caste called Aztecs who lived in Mexico, in the Babylonian tradition, and also in the Persian tradition. The historian Herodotus claimed that the priests of the Egyptian temple showed him from their book that a day 2 times the length was written as if it had occurred at one time. The incident is said to have taken place in various countries as well. When the Bible scholars predicted about this, they came to know about the following things. Gibeon is 31 degrees 51 seconds, approximately 32 degrees north of the equator. The Ajalon Valley is 17 degrees northwest of Gibeon. Therefore, if the sun is directly above Gibeon and the moon is in the valley of Ajalon, according to astronomical calculations, the time of moon setting is found to be 22nd of July. The Chaldeans accounted for the rays of the sun. Accordingly, when they surveyed, they found that Joshua's day of war was a Tuesday. Then, according to our modern solar eclipse, the day of the war was calculated as a Wednesday. They checked this over and over again, and the same answer was obtained. Therefore, Tuesday and Wednesday had to be treated as July 22nd. This was calculated in 1936 when computers were not in much use. But in recent times, when computers are being surveyed to send satellites to other planets and collecting a lot of information about the locations of the planets on a given day and about the Earth's atmosphere, the computer has refused to operate in one place. When the computer operators searched for what was wrong, they found that one day had missed over a period of time. When they were thinking as to how this could be, a young man said that he had read this in the Holy Bible that one day in Joshua's time the sun had stopped. They immediately flipped through the Holy Bible and discovered Joshua 10 verse 12 to 14 and found that according to the information contained in it, the time had stopped for 23 hours and 20 minutes on that day. When they thought about what to do for another 40 minutes, the same young man began to flip through the Holy Bible, saying that there is an answer for that too. In the end, he found out and gave it to them. When King Hezekiah prayed to the Lord from his deadly illness, the Lord, through the prophet Isaiah, said he will add 15 years to his age. As a proof of this, he would make the shadow cast by the sun go back the 10 steps it has gone down on the stairway of Ahaz. This can be seen in Isaiah chapter 38 verse 7 and 8. It had happened in 713 BC. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 8 to verse 11 says, Hezekiah had asked Isaiah, "What will be the sign that the Lord will heal me and that I will go up to the temple of the Lord on the third day from now?" Isaiah answered, "This is the Lord's sign to you that the Lord will do what he has promised. Shall the shadow go forward 10 steps, or shall it go back 10 steps?" "It is a simple matter for the shadow to go forward 10 steps, said Hezekiah. "Rather have it go back 10 steps. Then the prophet Isaiah called on the Lord, and the Lord made the shadow go back the 10 steps it had gone down on the stairway of Ahaz. It takes 4 seconds for the earth to turn once its axis, that is, to go on 1 degree around. In that case, it will take 40 minutes to go 10 steps. So, the Lord pushed back 40 minutes in time for Hezekiah. The period of 23 hours and 20 minutes in the time of Joshua stopped. In Hezekiah's time, 40 minutes were pushed back. So, a total of 24 hours stopped. As soon as these two were combined in the computer began to calculate correctly. Thus, in this modern computer age, the fact that at the time of Joshua mentioned in the Holy Bible is not a meaningless myth but an undeniable truth. It has been confirmed that the actual events occurred. Thus, it is proved that the law of the Lord is flawless. Thank you for watching.